I saved a beautiful woman like Flower. But she didn't know it was all set up by me. Because they want to protect their reputation. That woman had to marry me. But ever since she got home, I was born alcoholic. If you don't beat her, you beat her. But she's never had a day of peace. Finally, in despair, she jumped into the well and killed herself. That's why I was spit out by the whole village. I reluctantly went to Shenzhen to start a business. I didn't expect to get testicular cancer. Even though both testicles were amputated, to become eunuchs, they can't keep their lives either. I finally died in regret, especially in a private hospital. I can't believe I opened my eyes again. I went back to the time before my wife committed suicide. Con voice full of indignation. Get out of my way, don't touch me. See her like that. Millions of people stopped. Look at you shivering all over. Your mind works quickly. I finally remember the situation. 2 million Chinese wives. This is the money I borrowed from my mother's house. I want to buy nutritional milk powder for you. But I saw you. When I found out that you were going to buy alcohol. I'm waiting for you. I'm going to get food for our daughter. I heard you say that and I immediately warned you. Con eviction. I warn you to call upon the nation. You can't sell my daughter, or I'll risk my life with you. I curse their house. Millions will perish. Million towns in a state of stupor. I was stunned at the spot. I remember my previous life. I was going to sell my daughter for a family in town. You can't have children to buy alcohol. You were wrong in the past. Trust me, I'm not going to sell our daughter. I'm going to town tomorrow to find a job. He turned around and lifted the dirty black curtain, hurried out the door to the back of the mountain. On the way, you even stole a pair of AI shorts. Drawing outside the yard. Pull out the elastic band, cause a giggle. To the foot of the mountain behind. I use the elastic band I just got. Pick up one more branch of the weight tree to make a rubber leaf. In a previous life, I'm very interested in outdoor survival skills. So the search for prey, the mountain is like a meal for me. To the foot of the mountain behind, I use the elastic band I just got, pick up another branch of a tree and cut down the letter Y to make a rubber leaf. Not long after, I shot a chicken. Then it doesn't take any energy. Use Leo's rope to tie up the booty. Hanging on a tree branch, prepare to go home. But not long after, he hit a wild chicken. Then it doesn't take any energy. Use Leo's rope to tie up the booty. Hanging on a tree branch, prepare to go home. But suddenly, I discovered the green forest behind me disappeared, immediately afraid of a cold sweat. The market is panicking. This is a ghost. No, this is space. He discovered his golden hand. After going home, go straight to the kitchen. Take advantage when it's not completely dark. He was able to kill the bird he had just hunted. Then light a fire in the kitchen. The nation is calling out. Con, let me order this milk for you. He came out of the room. But you don't move right away. He just stared at me with hatred and anger. I see my wife is full of fear. I want to sit down to eat with you. But I know if I'm here, she definitely won't eat. Wife concussion Chinese softcore. I eat a lot in the kitchen. If not enough, get more. Lock the door carefully, go outside. I said I left home all night. According to the memory of his previous life, he went to Did Wild Rock. Down the mountain he slipped down a steep slope. Accidentally discovered a nest. The young badgers haven't opened their eyes yet. I quickly put it in the basket. Don't stay long, I take advantage of the night. He's carrying a cart, walking 60 miles up the mountain straight to town. When it's dawn, you bring your stuff to the market. The buyer. Boy, your goods NDT 0. If it's affordable, I'll buy it all. Million Tremors National Hold 12. Burn from the sale of young badger. Bring the peach stem. I went to the pharmacy yesterday, the oldest and largest town. Pharmacy owner this little fellow. The world saw the price he paid. Slight frowning because it is far from the valuation in my heart. The national shock thought. This guy thinks he's a country boy to fool around with. I saw him pay an unsophisticated price. I raised my hand to get it back. Yours is not sold anymore. The pharmacy owner can't hurry, young man. The price is not satisfied. Then we can renegotiate. But young people don't get so angry. Indeed 6 is the highest price. The Chinese people know. This tree, though it was cut off by me, but it's also worth more. That's a lot of Indeed 6. Who said I needed money urgently? Sell your tongue. On the way home, I bought some supplies. Every day for the family. Then turned into a small passage. looking for a hunter older than 70. Give him a bunch of food in exchange for a hunting gun, precious to come home. Kan saw the national trimmer hand armpit bearing. He was wearing a gun on his back. Hot blood immediately rushed to the brain. I am glad to have traded for a gun. She rushed to slap the national shock of pain. The Chinese have just come home. He was slapped by his wife. I can't ask it Sao. I saw her with tears in her eyes. What is wrong with my wife? You said you were breastfeeding. Don't be mad. I said I'm breastfeeding. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. Kan sobbing. You ran to my mother's house. Threatened my mother to take her money and give it to you. Is it not that you are so unscrupulous? 1 million shocks. National panic. Banish your hands are not there. I really don't. Where did you get the money to buy milk powder? You thought I didn't know that powdered milk was rare and expensive. Money is money you earn yourself. I was afraid you wouldn't believe it. I hurriedly put my hand in my pants. Mr. Kan, I feel even more angry at your actions. Mr. Kan, I've been thinking about that corruption so far. Why didn't I do that? Millions of people cry and laugh. I'll show you the necklace. Hi. Turns out it's 5 notes hidden in your pants that you dragged out. He saw the crumpled bills filled with the smell of sweat. Kan only felt the sky and the earth spinning. Standing is also unsteady. Kan cardboard. This is how much a working family saves. Spend a few years to get it. You go one night and make a lot of money. The crumpled bills filled with the smell of sweat. Kan only felt the sky and the earth spinning. Standing is also unsteady. Don't go to work. It's illegal. Last night I went to the mountains to dig. I happened to catch a honeybee hive. And you know what happened after that? I don't need to tell you anymore. I heard you mention rock. Song Kan's eyes gradually focused. Maybe I really misunderstood him. But why does he pick the stones? Under the watchful eyes of his wife, 2 million Shan Kwok raised his right hand to swear. 1 ink, make sure you don't really do anything bad. Million tremors. If you lie, you won't die well. My boss beat me to death. My wife, you eat too much. Where you don't have milk. Milk powder is not as good as breast milk. Milk powder is currently expensive and difficult to buy. I said, the national flag is pushing 8 broths of lettuce, milk white tofu, towards you. This is called lettuce soup cooking tofu. There will be a lot of milk. What you said made me look at you. But her hand with the chopstick didn't refuse, slowly nibbling on the forester's thigh. Expel Kan's sight. If you really want to change, find a job. Just take it hard. A few cents a day. I earn $10 a month. Spending in my house is not big. Life like that is fine. Not equal. The average worker earns $30 a month. But in the countryside, that's enough to live on. Early morning the next day, millions of people took their clothes up the mountain early. Kan has just finished dressing. I saw someone standing outside the door. Mr. Kan 2 pipe sister-in-law 2. What are you doing here so early in the morning? Cauliflower rolls his eyes and peeks into the kitchen, smile so bright. This 4-year-old's wife. I heard the boss say your house ate meat yesterday. The 4 of you got the trick. How much money to win? How dare you buy meat? I didn't wait for Kan to answer. She couldn't help but go to the kitchen door. Cinnamon flour just poked in. I saw a piece of meat hanging from the kitchen. It must have been 10 pounds of meat. This guy is not going to steal. To get this big piece of meat, how many meat slips does it take? How much? You have to watch your husband. Drinking alcohol is a bad habit, but it is not caught. But if you steal these things, you will be caught by the police. It's a matter of human principles. Kan responded firmly. What did you two say? My sister-in-law knows you two are straight. I don't like straight talk. But you don't have to worry about him. My house made no mistake. 2 of my friends tried to resist. He said, glancing at the meat hanging on the rafters, swallowing my saliva. I don't have to worry about the criminal. Mr. Kan. If he breaks the law, naturally, there will be police. I don't need you two to worry. That's what my sister-in-law said. But the devil wants to argue for something else. But the eyes roll back and forth. It seems to have a plan. So I swallowed what I was going to say in my stomach. I keep arguing about something, but the eyes roll back and forth. It seems to have a plan. So I swallowed what I was going to say in my stomach. You can change your voice and don't be angry with me. I'm not worried about my brother either. Your husband and I are brothers. My son wants to eat meat. He's come crying out loud. Let me see if I can lend you 5 pounds of meat. Then I told you to pay me back. After more than 2 years together, your heart is clear as a mirror. It soon became clear what kind of person the second sister-in-law was. What fell into her hands, as well as meat dumplings thrown for dogs, one go no return. Con cold. It's big thing I can't control. You said you came. For an hour, lock the kitchen door. I can see your attitude like that. It is very unpleasant in the heart. This woman gave birth to a daughter at a loss. You dare to show me your face. This woman gave birth to a daughter at a loss. You dare to show me your face. Then wait for the 4th. Remember to tell An to bring the meat home. Give to me. 2 people walk with smiles on their faces. Cinnamon Hoa thought in a pleasant way. Con, what do you like? He came down from the mountain and knew I was coming for meat. Not that it will still. Immediately caught 5 pounds of meat and bring it to Sao. What if I grew up in the city? But nah, you still have to suck your balls to sweeten the marriage to the name of the scammer million tram quack, Sao. And she gave birth to a daughter who missed my face. Over there, the mountain is based on past life memories. It takes a lot of effort. Just found a wild heath tree. Experienced groping in the night since yesterday. It's much easier to pick medicine today. Unconsciously, the sky is dark. Be careful digging up that big stump of rock. Use the prepared pot wrap and put it in space. When you take a big step, the little music is about to come home from the mountain. Just turned around. I ran into a deer. This animal is attracted to the smell of the meteorite. Millions of towns focus on the spirit. Immediately point the gun at the sow deer. It's not far away. After neatly handling the sow deer and carrying it home, Song Con was cooking rice and heard the movement. Hurry out. I saw you put down a basket. It's covered in open grass. Wash your hands and eat rice. Into the national home. I saw on the table that there was hot rice. I can't go back to my previous life with anger. He slapped himself for being mean to his wife. Million towns. I'm going to the village chief's house later. Ask him to come in a few days and pull the wires into his house. Con heard that. The body is a bit stiff. Remind me to be careful. When I finished, Lin glanced at me. I am afraid you blame me for a lot of things, then get angry again. Turn over the wife's dinner table. Small towns sensitive. Recognize the fear in your wife's words. With the pain I put my head down. Go out the door and carry the basket into the house. Wife, this is the cherry we got today. Sold in the pharmacy every day in the city. This quality definitely sells for a good price. He stared at his hand. Pick up a handful of wild jelly. Con is really cherry. I swear I didn't steal. This is my husband dating all day in the mountains. Is it really cherry? Con saw your face on us, half news half suspect. Nod and say nothing more. My wife, take this away. Tomorrow I will go up the mountain. I hear you're going up the mountain tomorrow. Con slightly distracted nod. Remember what I told you during the day. Mr. Con, my sister-in-law came to borrow 5 pounds of pork. 1 million tram quack saw her frown. It's obviously not fun. My wife, I took this away. Go back to the mountain tomorrow. I hear you're going up the mountain tomorrow. Con slightly distracted nod. Remember what I told you during the day. In the future, my family will decide for themselves. Con thought silently. Maybe he drank that day. I drink to stupidity. Or drink out of conscience. The state of union does not seem to change, but it feels like turning into someone else. Million tremors. I don't want to lend it to my sister-in-law. Her mouth was borrowed, but it will definitely never be returned. Million tremors. Her mouth was borrowed, but it will definitely never be returned. You're not the first time she borrowed something she didn't pay back. Just list it. The list of things she's borrowed. I want you back. But we don't have this kind of wakefulness. After eating rice, half a pound of pork, probing out the door. The village chief opened the door. At first, I saw that my face was full of happiness. Don't want to continue, but I turned around and saw fresh meat in my hand. The wrinkles on his face immediately melted into flowers. Hurry up and invite me into the house. King full cylinder. The Chinese came looking for me this late. What's going on? Million tremors. I want to install electric lights in my house. If you have time, help me arrange it. The whole world looked at the meat. I laughed so hard that my eyes turned into a line. Don't worry about China. I'll arrange this for you tomorrow. Listen to him say that. The national crisis did not last long. Stand up, thank you, and go home. Go home and go straight to the kitchen. I saw my wife bowing her head. I ate the bones I just ate. What are you doing in the UK? Kan just heard your voice startled. Trembling, the gnawing bone also fell powder to the ground. The gnawing bone also dropped powder to the ground. Kan panicked, hugging his head. Do not hit me. I don't eat clumsily. There's really no clumsy eating. These are all leftovers you eat. I just feel like throwing it away. You call abomination. What are you doing? Kan just heard your voice startled. Trembling, the gnawing bone also fell powder to the ground. This moment, million tremors, it just feels like a lightning strike across the air. You go home and eat your share. I didn't even ask if Kan had eaten. Subconsciously assume you've already eaten. I regret kneeling down. You used to be an asshole. You shouldn't treat me like that. I guarantee you it'll never be like that again. Don't hurt yourself like that anymore, okay? He looked at the man kneeling in front of him. Until you feel the warmth on the front of your shirt, wet into her closed heart for so long. There seems to have been a bit of a flutter. I'm really depressed. It's been 2 years as if I found a way out. Her tears didn't fall. The little punches repeatedly poured down the concussion. Kan Nation cry up. National map of woe. The animals don't know how long. Kan's tears, no more falling on your back. But the weak punches stopped. The world knows you have poured out all your heart. I just let go of Miss Ra's slender waist. Stand up from the ground. Raise your wife's white face and kiss her head. At the same time over there, I kept the flowers at home waiting for nothing. Cinnamon Hoa muttered irritably, it's this late, why didn't the old man bring me pork? The more she thinks, the more angry she is. She decided to go straight to the old man's house. When she saw that the door was not closed, she went in. Just arrived at the living room door, I heard a strange noise, coming out of the bedroom. Who has experience? Why is she? I don't understand what's going on inside. Fear that touching this will cause embarrassment. She turned around to leave, but hear the sound of sex inside. Your feet don't listen, but stop listening to the eavesdropping. I remember me and my husband 2 million. Haven't done that in half a month. Cinnamon Hoa saw the hot people step foot. Panic rushed home. I remember me and my husband 2 million. Haven't done that in half a month. You can see the hot people. Panic footsteps rush home. I came home and saw my husband sitting there. She jumped up and kissed me. I heard my wife call out her name on the bed. Millions of angry tremors stand up, pushing her to the ground. You lost your face. You just called me. He said he picked up the bamboo from the ground. Directly whipped at the wife mercilessly. Trung Tran. You listen, then I'll see you sneak into the old man's house. I'll break your leg. The next morning the Lord himself, the electrician, carried the ladder. Just entered the yard. He saw his wife sitting at dinner. At the table outside the yard, the Chinese have not finished eating yet. The nation sees that. Straight out of your pocket, take out a bag of cigarettes. Give each one a cigarette. But the whole universe laughed. This stinking kid, you're out looking, aren't you? This drug costs a lot of money. Even village leaders like me feel bad. But you also have a kai. The electrician next door laughed. Take the big money to the air. Go around the back of the house and start pulling the wife's strings. The village chief will draw the electricity for our house soon. Now that you're up in the mountains, remember to get some meat in the kitchen. Bring it to your mother-in-law. After you left, neighbor Jean Quelan next door just ate raw radish. I just walked through the wall a lot. Yuan Quelan, my sister doesn't leave the house all day. I don't know, there's a rumor going around outside. My sister doesn't leave the house all day, so don't know, there's a rumor going around outside. Last night your sister-in-law was trained by your brother for a fight. All the houses around me heard it. I can see that Kan did not say anything. Yuan Quelan always climbed over the wall, pulled a chair down in front of her vegetable basket. Hello Jean Quelan, I said, let me tell you the secret. Rumor has it that your whole family is too. It's not actually your own child. Kan just heard this. Work on the hands immediately stopped, looking up at Yuan Quelan. Kan is the eldest son of Sao. Kan heard that everyone was stunned. I can't believe my oldest brother is Chinese. I can honestly do family stuff with my sister-in-law. So Kan just heard this. Work on hand immediately stopped and looked at Jean Quelan. Yuan Quelan, he seemed very pleased with her reaction. Clapped the shoulder of the daughter-in-law from the city. Yuan Quelan, all right. I have to go home and cook for my husband. No more talking to you. That night the town came back very late. Kan saw you back, quickly, it food warmed up in pots and dumplings, white flour raw. Mr. Kan, Why are you so late today? Million towns. On the way back to the... I came across something unexpected. Cherry's our original Hashu umbrella. The amazing Khan is really the Sao umbrella player. Million towns. That's right. Tomorrow I'll take you and your son for a walk in the city. By the way, sell these precious medicines to the pharmacy. I just heard you're taking your daughter out. Khan's body suddenly stiffened. I remember you threatening before. I want to sell my daughter for a barren family in the city. Her face was immediately alert. Mr. Khan, my daughter is young and we're not going anywhere. Wash your hands and eat. Chinquak glanced at one of them and realized that his wife had psychologically not okay. I know what you're thinking, but I won't say more. Two people are eating rice. Then there was a loud call outside. The man's voice outside. I love you. Two kids out here. Missing a hand, the brothers are waiting for you to drink and play cards. Khan sadly looks at you. You want to go drinking and playing cards with them again? You want to go drinking and playing cards with them again? Don't worry, I'll get rid of them right away. I really don't go anymore. Don't worry, I'll kick them out now. He gently pressed his shoulders so that his wife sat still on the chair. Keep eating, I'll be right back. Two people go to the yard. A couple of friends face old drinking friends. You can't do that. My new sister-in-law has not been long. I can't get into bed with my wife's skirt. I haven't come looking for you to drink in days. Hear those mean words? The sharp eyebrows of the national flag clearly showed anger. If you talk to me later, keep your mouth shut. I can't speak human language. Shut your fucking mouth. The two of them laughed at first. But seeing the face of the nation is not good. Keep laughing. Hurry to reconciliation. Dear, he's just a mouth. Don't pick it up. Come, brothers, let's have a drink. Finish talking. He's ready to put on the shoulders of the nation. Cold national shock. Raise your hand and throw his arm out. Million tremors. If it's about drinking, gambling, don't look for me later. I'm busy, the first scoundrel laughed. Are you wrapped up by your sister-in-law? Can you get down to bed? If she's done with her detention, let our brothers taste it too. Haha, he couldn't finish the sentence. Million tremors. The nation has thrown a kick in the sky, straight into his chest. The scoundrel is trampled on his back to the ground lies Dean haha. Millions of nations stepped forward stomping their feet on his groin. The scoundrel is trampled on his back to the ground lies Dean haha. Millions of towns roar. Next time I dare to utter dirty words, my wife, I'm going to stitch up your dog's mouth. Then break your third leg and shove it in your ass. Do you hear me? Rogue laying on the ground despite the pain in her chest. Two hands to support, the great foot of the million tremors, are stepping on their own peril. I cried so hard, my brother is wrong. I don't dare say shit anymore. The two men next door were struck by this cruel sight, threatening the soul to fly. Half a day without words. Quit the national shock. Million. The two of you are as if they were pardoned. Shock the scoundrel on the ground. Turn around and run away dead. In Song's house, Khan since the nation went out. Sitting still. Every minute, every second, it's very annoying. You will never come back in the cold. Suddenly the door opened. You're a national hero. I don't recognize you anymore. I'm just going out for a minute. I miss you. I said, go and sit at the table. Take a bad dumpling. Take a big bite. You continue to eat well. Mr. Khan hesitated. You really are. I won't mess with them anymore. Millions townships seriously report wife love. You've cut them off completely. It will have absolutely nothing to do with them. 1 million townspeople seriously report loving wife. You cut it off completely with them. It will have absolutely nothing to do with them. Hurry up and have some heavy work to do tonight. He eat quickly. The next morning it was not clear. Millions of people have woken up on their way. I went to town and took the first bus into town. Many memories of past lives. You can easily find a large northern pharmacy. The middle-aged man is the pharmacy owner. To see the million tremors taken out of the thigh, judge you from top to bottom. And then carefully pick up the wild rock. Look very carefully. The two bargained for almost an hour. At last, Xiao Tram Kwok sold 2 large heather trees, a wild hedgehog, and some bad velvet for him for 300 yuan. There's a lot of money in hand. I went straight to the State Department store, buy a Thai Roman 6 radio, a pair of leather stockings for wife. I bought some new clothes for my daughter. Shopping carts filled almost half the tractor. At the same time in the village, King of the Universe leads Theo to a beautiful young girl. Walk in their door, King of the Universe. This is the fourth wife, young intellectuals omens, from the city down to the countryside. She told him for an hour. Give her a room. Khan was a bit stunned. Mr. Khan, village chief, my house is cramped with these 3 tiny houses. How to make more people? Go away with me. I can't handle this on my own. If you don't have to respect the face of a £1,000,000 boy. Yesterday I ate a piece of wild boar meat. Why do I love you? Arrange a beautiful young lady like this. Come here. Yes, the whole universe laughed and decided that. A sign that you can stay in this house. The village chief finished talking and left. Premonition handbag under the bag, silver color fabric, standing in the middle of the yard. Look at this family's 3 ruined houses. In my heart I feel the almost self-pity. Please come in and sit down. The new empty room is cluttered with miscellaneous items. I have to wait for my husband to clean up. There's a place for you to rest. Khan was supposed to eat through the speakers this afternoon, finish the meal, but now there are new guests. You have no other way. Sleeve up to prepare the fire for cooking rice. The reason for the sign is to think later. We also have to live here. I can't eat without sitting. I went to the kitchen to help a hand. Reason omen, sister-in-law, let me light the fire for you. He just walked into the kitchen and a sign immediately kept him. The old kitchen is ruined, and the inside is cleaned up very cleanly. Neatly on the rafters. He's even hanging a piece of pork. It's a big reason, a sign, a thought. The bad guy's idol is so poor. I can't open the rice cooker. Khan does not need to move his hand. If you have time, go out to the yard. Just look after my daughter for a moment. The sign is over. Nod your head and go out. Not long after, tractor sound. I walked straight into the village and landed in front of the door. Khan heard the sound of rushing out. Tractor driver. Young man, do you have enough room to buy so many things? 1 million laughing towns. The next building will be very spacious. Just unload it all. Khan stood next to, stunned by the sight in front of you. Mr. Khan, these are all because you bought South. That kind of stuff would cost a lot of money. She looked at the beautiful face, the wife spinning. Understand that you are missing money. Million tremors, I'll explain it to you later. Stand aside first, be careful. Buy heavy stuff on people. Let me unpack. Now the omen stands in the corner of the yard. His eyes stared at the national flag. She was whispering. He's a scoundrel. Lazy guy, scraps in the mouth of Sao villagers. Handsome and generous. The big brother of China. To hear the wind in the village, also rushed too. I saw my brother's front door piled up with luxury furniture. I was amazed. Where are you going, boy? The kids are useless. Where did you get the money to buy so many things? Everything in the house is sold out. Don't tell me you sold your daughter. My brother didn't steal. I don't gamble anymore. All of this is money I've worked so hard for. I can't even tell you about going to the mountain. Picking precious medicine, sell them. This is a secret I just want my wife to know. If you let the news out. If the people in the village rush up the mountain, you will losing the way to make money. 2 million people. I want to rebuild my house. I want to ask you to supervise the project for me. I will pay you a salary every day. 2 million hung shocks. They're all brothers. A family doesn't say 2 words. You can do whatever you want for free. That's a lot of money. But do you know how much it costs to build a house? No, this is not a joke. Million towns. I know I've prepared enough money. But my salary will still be fair. I want to ask you to help me buy materials. I want it before winter. My house has to be moved into a new house. If you believed in, I'm sure you'll take care of everything. You are so beautiful. I can hear you. I haven't finished talking to you. The National League entered the door. I saw a strange young woman. This is a friend of AI. This is young intellectuals down in the countryside that the new village chief led to. The village chief wants her to stay at our house temporarily. How about we clear out the west room and let her stay? Yes, it's up to you to arrange. In the early morning of the next day, wake up early and cook breakfast. Try a piece of Chinese food. Great wife. Actually, I don't need to get up early to cook for you. Just hold me for a little more sleep. Mr. I went hunting on the mountain. It was a little cold early in the morning. You should eat some hot food in the morning. After breakfast, 1 million bamboo shoots went up the mountain. After nearly 2 hours of climbing, it's easy to find a place where there's wild clams. The harvest is clean by noon. I see the time is early. I'm not going down the mountain right now, but continue to go deep into the forest looking for rotten tree trunks. I want to try my luck. Of course, God does not care. You've discovered a treasure. 4 bright red ricey mushrooms with different shape and size. I was about to turn down the mountain. The corner of the eye of a million people accidentally saw. Under the chestnut tree, there's a small cave that's hidden. Around the cave's mouth is littered with dirt and footprints. Millions of people are watching closely. Here's the trail of the doggy badger. This meat is stewed up extremely nutritious for wife. However, badgers are very agile and cunning animals, deep in the cave, so it's hard to catch. The only way is to use smoke. Badgers are very agile and cunning animals. It's deep in the cave, so it's hard to catch. The only way is to use smoke. The only thing I like is smoke. He took out of space a handful of dried chili peppers. Pick up hay and light a fire at this door. You're on fire. Hot pepper smoke sausage roll straight into the deep cave. The nation is ready to wait patiently. Just a moment later, the smoke-choking mezzanine came out. I was caught by you. Before leaving to collect a bag of water from space rock to all the fires. Make sure the ash is completely off. Don't worry, carry the car down the mountain. Back home. Khan, why did you come home so early today? You just said. I just glanced at the grass covered in my mouth. Get used to the way your husband works. You just need to cover the grass up like that. Sure, underneath hide things very well. The national shock is coming. He wanted to kiss his wife on the cheek, but she flushed in a hurry to avoid. Khan said small. The old man and his sister-in-law are both here. You don't always have to be so mean. My wife reminded me to look inside the house. I saw some villagers gathered. Mr. Khan, I heard that my family bought a Roman 6, so pull over and see what it looks like. Fortunately, my sister-in-law helped with the water. He nodded and carried the basket into the kitchen. He hugged his wife from behind. Did your wife eat well at home today? You're not at home monitoring. You also have to eat a lot to get fat. You are so thin. His big hot rough hands grope. Caused the body to throw up. The sky suddenly trembled. There are so many people in the house. My sister-in-law came in from the kitchen. The 4 are back. Then help your wife receive guests. I have to go back and cook. The kids at home were getting out of school. I said, put the hot water on the stove. Bow your head and take off your apron. My sister-in-law, wait a minute. Khan quickly took out a small bag of alum sugar from the kitchen cabinet. Lynn secretly glanced at the national shock, afraid he was not happy. I see you're just bowing naked. The child in her heart did not seem to object. You just silently breathed. Khan whispered to her husband, my father helped my family a lot. Many people in the village came to see it today. She left the field and came here to help me look after it. I don't have a broken leg. My house was not worth anything before. It's a little better now. I want to give her something in return. Can you see it? I want to give her something in return. The nation laughed softly. After that, everything in the house is owned by me. Give to whoever you want. Khan happily wrapped the sugar into the hands of his sister-in-law. Mr. Khan, sister-in-law, take this and mix water for 2 oas. My sister-in-law refused. Why are you so polite? Keep it. Let her eat. In these subsidized times, sugar is a luxury, just to entertain guests. Ordinary farmers can't afford to drink. But under the insistence of Song Khan, the sister-in-law was finally afraid to take it and laugh. I know, she then turned to explain to her husband. My sister-in-law worked all day. Thanks to her, I was able to cook. Don't let her go hungry. Look at the wife in front of you. Always be as careful as. So, in the heart of the nation raised a battle of pity. I can't believe I saw you staring at me without saying anything. Song Khan unconsciously awkwardly bowed his head, fingering with fingers. Khan, and if you don't like it next time, I won't. Millions of townspeople sighed and rubbed his wife's head. It's just a bag of sugar. Why are you mad at me? But even if I bring all my possessions today, take the whole thing and give it to your family. I wouldn't even say half a word to you. I wouldn't even say half a word to you. I told you that you are the owner of this house. Do whatever you want to do. No need to look at your face. It's all special. I'm going to make money tomorrow. Just buy it for me. Listen to the words, baby. Khan opens his eyes wide. Stare at the man in front of you. I see the sincerity in your eyes. You are completely relieved. She was smiling in her stomach. He treated himself so well. Lying in bed tonight must definitely serve. Please treat him so well. My wife, do you want to go out in the afternoon? Walk at the foot of the mountain with me. I'm going to hunt a quail. Give you a snack. When I heard him, Kan immediately nodded. She told me the signs at home. Then the couple held hands and walked towards the foot of the mountain. Mr. Kan, tomorrow, if you go to the city, can you follow me to my mother's house? I want to tell my mom that you've changed. No more alcohol and gambling. Make money to buy new clothes for your mother and son. I want you to know that we are living well. I don't want you to worry anymore. A million people listen in their hearts. Remember the previous life. Because there's no money to drink, so you were unscrupulous, cheated out of his mother-in-law's pension. Millions of people think. I always said to myself before, I will return the money I cheated. Too busy to have a chance. Maybe tomorrow or tomorrow, the ice cream and velvet sold bit. By the way, you can buy more accessories to honor her. 2 million national injuries. I'm done tomorrow. I'll be back soon to pick you up. Come here, it's dangerous to go deeper. I said, take off the shirt you're wearing. I brushed down the lawn to make room for my wife. Kan traced the weeds in front of him. Look out at the lake. The still water reflects the blue sky. Mr. Kan, look at that. That's right, it must be duck eggs. This is the season when ducks lay their eggs. Mr. Kan excitedly traced the weeds. Cow flooded his head. The man who was about to walk towards the duck was meowing to pick it up. But you haven't stepped forward yet. The sky ducks are sensitive, detected the sound of flapping wings. The crow flies away. Kan, sorry, ducks flying away. Million towns laugh. Oh, so I took you out for a walk and breathed the air. Let me go in there and find out for myself. I don't want my wife to get dirty. Millions of townspeople wading into the reed dust looking for. I found a lot of duck eggs. Mr. Kan, but we don't carry baskets. How to bring it back? I can wait for you, wait for me. I have a way. She pulled the knife out of Ra's pocket. I'm going to cut the branches of the tree that grows by the lake. The police came to steal the knife. Million tremors, let me cut it. Your hands will get hurt if they get too hot. The action of the million tremors is very definitive. Minute, I've cut down a bunch of twigs. Kan sat down. Start knitting, found straight escape. Soon finish knitting into a rustic basket. Mr. Kan, you see beautiful Sarah Tram Kwok, so beautiful. Your wife's hands are very skillful. Finished talking, he carried the woven basket back to the grass, collected all the duck eggs. Looking at the heavy basket, Kan. I'm also Kan. That's enough, don't look anymore. I'll wait here for a while. You go around, go further, see if we can find any prey to improve dinner. Kan looked at the shadow of her husband's muscular back, fade into the thick grass, and believe escape. Is there any snake in the grass with its head covered like this? Kan called Theo. What if he's bitten by a snake? The more you think about it, the more you rush to call Theo. Kan summon the nation, you quickly get out here. You don't need to eat quail anymore. Because the distance is far from the full impact. I can't hear my wife. At this moment, a fat goose fell into the haunts. You use Chanra's bullet as a rubber gun. It's incredibly accurate to pull the trigger. Shoot down the prey. When he took the goose out, he panicked. I saw my wife hurriedly wading into the deep reeds. Slippery roads are extremely dangerous. The market is screaming danger, don't go in. I hear your voice from behind. Kan startled to stop. Turn around and see that your husband is safe. She burst into tears, her eyes red, her voice trembling. She burst into tears, her eyes red, her voice trembling. Kan, what have you been doing for so long? I told you not to eat quail. I'll never ask for food again. You scared me, you know. Kan, what have you been doing for so long? Mr. Kan, I told you not to eat quail. I'll never ask for food again. Kan, you scared me, you know. He hurried to hug his wife. All right. I'm right here. Why am I being made? Let's go home. Kan did not want to say anything to turn around, always be surrounded by fear. You still can't calm down. Millions of towns crumpled their heads and ran after. I don't understand anything at all. I wonder if I'm having fun. My wife was suddenly angry. That night, the two of them made a feverish recovery, hugging each other, sleeping in the same bed. The next morning it was still a bit foggy. Million Tran Kwok got up and went to town, catch the earliest bus into the city center. I didn't go to the pharmacy the other day. Afraid of being noticed by the bad guys, should choose another Oriental store further away. The pharmacy curator carefully considered the jelly root, study for a thorough examination, see the superior quality. The transaction went extremely smoothly. 1 million townspeople received the pile of shoes, put it in your pocket, and walked to the city's largest state department store. I'm going to buy some expensive supplements. Bring back your mother-in-law. Suddenly I met a lady I knew. That's King Ching. Not 15 in my previous life. This man will be promoted to the leader, the core of the city. At this moment, the city heard the clock. There was a loud argument. Around there is, a lot of curious people are huddled around watching. The clerk yelled and slapped. I dropped this watch from the store. You have to pay the right amount. I didn't pay the money and tried to leave. The king explained to the staff. You got it wrong. I'm not running away. It's just that the cash on me isn't enough. My unlocked car is parked right outside the gate. I went to the car to get the money and brought it back. Here's my ID card you kept as a private. She's a disdainful lipstick salesman. Who knows you're using a fake ID to trick people? I walk out this door and hide. I know who to talk to. I want to put my money in the temple for you. At that moment, I summoned Chen through the crowd. Stooped down to pick up the ID card that had fallen on the ground. Politely give it back to the king. He turned to look at the jawed woman. 1,000,000 towns, how much is this watch? I'll pay for him. A female employee glanced at review of farmer suits, the love of the nation, from top to bottom, smiling a little irony. Smiling a little irony. The country furniture salesman opened her mouth and she spoke casually. You know how much this costs? RX and D-Tone 127 male mopes. Where did you get that much money for a hero? The female employee has not finished speaking. Millions of people are cold to pull out a thick pile of cash in his chest. Out the right amount. Smash the cladding on the counter glass. Stun the employee. His face flushed with greed and shame. Yes, King Chimpanzee surprised. Rushed to pull a national shock. Wait a minute, buddy. Just now. Thank you so much for helping me out. My money's in the car right in front of me. Please come with me. I'll give it back. Million tremors national nod. Wait, Tai. Follow the king to the car to get the money. Give the money back to your brother. Thank you again. You're not going anywhere after shopping. I got in the car and took it back. 1,000,000 people bother you. 2 people in the back of the car. I just walked and talked very carefully. Not long after, the car stopped in front of the village road. 1,000,000 tremors. The king's army has arrived. Nice to meet you. We will meet again one day. The king looked at the roofs. Super crooked earth wall painting collapsed in the far back. I smiled goodbye. Then tapped the driver on the shoulder and let the car go. Millions of people walk into the house with big bags. Mother Million train quack. My wife is ready to go to her mother's house today. Mom is washing clothes in the yard. What a free neighbor runs in. Mom is washing clothes in the yard. What a free neighbor runs in. My neighbor told me not to wash anymore. I just saw the son-in-law's name. Your thick-faced scoundrel carried his face to the end of the alley. The whole village doesn't know. Your daughter has the bad luck to break the family. He's been gambling and drinking all day. Don't wash anymore. I just saw the son-in-law's name. Your thick-faced scoundrel carried his face to the end of the alley. Mom listens to her neighbor. Clean your hands up. Hurry outside the gate. Mom listens to her neighbor. Get up and rush out the gate. When I saw my daughter walking in pairs next to her son-in-law, her white face with a radiant smile. Not a lot of bad guys like last time. Your heart is hanging. New temporary release. Mom ejected. You two go back. Why are you carrying so many expensive accessories? I need to bow my head and say hello to you. Long time to hear the husband. Dad called me for an hour. Mother is decent. Mom is itching the chicken skin. Hurry up and call 2 people into the house. Where's your brother, Mom? I drove him to work early in town. It should be back soon. When he dropped the word, he saw our brother. Bright is pushing the old Chunhide bike. Tired of walking into the yard. I just put my bike on the porch. I see the face of the nation sitting there, buzzing in the living room. His face was immediately filled with enemy air. The mother saw her son's attitude, afraid of a fight. Hurried to reconcile. Mom blackmail. Today Tran Kwok he bought a bunch of expensive accessories to visit his house. Right now, the 3-million-year-old sister Xiao Yan carried her small child into the... I just saw my precious little brother. There was a sad ray in her eyes. But still try to laugh for the whole family. An air in the room that momentarily sinks in. The awkward silence. Tan Khan put his hand in his pocket. Take out a large stack of carefully wrapped money. Mr. Khan, mother. This is the money I was told to bring back. Mother startled heaven and earth. That's a lot of money I carry around. If you lose it, why? Million pounds, sincere mother. I have to take this money. It used to be a bitch. Don't understand, so I cheated on my mother's retirement money and took her gambling. Don't worry, from now on you and Khan will do business properly. Live well. If I don't get this money back, your whole life will not be safe. Mom's hands trembled. Shocked, she looked at her daughter. I didn't understand in the last short period of time. What the hell happened? It can make the name. This incurable scoundrel returns, bleaching 180 exposure. Master Khan smiled and nodded. She just suppressed the insecurity in her heart. Shiver put away the money. I got it. I will keep this money safe for both of you. Go to the kitchen and get some stuff ready. Go to the kitchen and prepare some food. To the meal, song men carrying bottle of wine raw intended to drink. Khan is afraid of national shock, drunk to go crazy again, violence as before. Song Khan, we still have to ride home early. I can't believe that you can't. The two of us sat down to drink a little. Don't miss your home. See brother Khan turned to look at the national crisis with warning eyes. He drinks wine and claps his wife's hands. Wife, please rest assured. Now you drink in moderation. Two men who didn't say a single word. I know. The bridegroom poured wine and clapped a can. And then he turned his neck a little bit and emptied his glass of wine. Bring the cup down to the table. My brother-in-law respects my sister's face today. I'm willing to sit down and drink with you. The shit you did before. I respect the adult's face and don't repeat it. I'm just warning you. I hope from now on, you have to live for the soul to be good to you. My sister, if you're unruly, I take risks. This life will not spare you. State of the Union understands without justification. Pour yourself another cup. Drink 2 hours of hard liquor in one breath. You see the air. There's so much tension between the two men. A little restless sitting. Hurry up and pull the shirt. Get rid of this light. Do you want to go home early or not? When Khan accidentally pulled his shirt, cassava tree cow has revealed bright red bruises on her small white wrist. Song Mingyon's attention was immediately attracted. Eyes blazing with gas, the ineffable anger that boils straight up into the brain. He suddenly kicked his chair and stood up. He grabbed the collar and questioned the nation angrily. Anti-Menlu, what are you doing with my sister? The wound on her hand is sow. I swear my mouth has changed. I see you're a wild dog. I can't stop stealing. Questioned suddenly, the town of Kwok thwarted Tay not in time. Looking down at the bruise on the wrist of Khan, I just remembered the reason. My brother is sweating a lot. Your brother is calm. You got it wrong. That's exactly what you did. But it's not because of your violence. You and your sister are at the moment. Talk about here. I can't speak anymore. It's because you're strong. But that's a double entendre in bed. How can I speak in front of my wife's family? The faltering, the perplexity of the national tremor. Make sure that the volume is confirmed. Cradle is speculation. Get rid of the bastard. You dare to beat my sister. Just swearing Song Min energy and swinging a strong punch, it made the world take a few steps back. Almost fell. Million tremors. Kwok hugged one side of the swollen cheek pain, but they didn't fight back. Just hurriedly shuffled the hand repeatedly. Your brother really misunderstood. You are bullying your sisters. But not the kind of violence you say. It's a different kind of bullying. Against the Minglian screaming, what kind of dog is not violent? I find it confusing. Embarrassed by 9 faces, hurry to stop. Stand in front of your husband. Oh my God, please stop your hand. I really got it wrong. This injury has nothing to do with his violence. Don't fight anymore. You don't have to fight for it. If you have any complaints, just say it. At the very least, the divorce takes the suitcase home. My family does not lack 8 chopsticks to feed her. No husband is an old woman. Khan bad cry bad laugh. I am so touched that you stand up for me. But this time I really got him wrong. Khan Tangerine does not know how to do so. To explain the industry's top, with his hot-headed brother who's just pissed off. She dragged her 3 million Lil Yen to the corner of a wall. Red-faced Tai whispered in her husband's ear a few sentences. 1 million Xiao Yen finished listening. His eyes widened and he immediately laughed. Rushed back. Close to the ear saw Minglia, whispering the truth. Finished listening. His face flushed red from his neck up to his ears. Shane stuttering without words. The reason for all of that is because of you. If it wasn't for you being so mean before, why would you suspect such a ridiculous reaction? Obviously a young man, like Sung Ming Miao, I didn't believe too much in the power of the room. To do that, expel Menlu. It can also be held to the point of injuring the hand, bruised into such sow. But look at the embarrassed eyes. I want to dig a hole in my sister's crown. You know it's true. He scratched his head awkwardly, coughing softly, an embarrassing healing sound. You live in the dark. Brother-in-law, sorry for being heavy. But if you ever beat my sister, just wait. Millions of national tremors rubbed cheeks laughing. Don't worry, brother, I swear I'll spend the rest of my life treat Khan well. The next day, I went up the mountain. I happened to pick a handful of wild celery. Take it home as a spice. But when I tried, was discovered again. You can't put it in your storage space. I think space is broken. But when you put other things in, it's normal. You carry a handful of wild celery, go out to the forest and ask. Village doctor quack. It's not wild celery, it's poison. They're very similar on the outside. But poison needs to contain a strong poison. Eating wrong can cause burning and swelling of the mouth. Foaming mouth, severe cases can be fatal within 10 hours. I know the truth of the world. Hurry up and give the doctor 2 packs of cigarettes as a reward for saving lives. It turns out that your space is capable of detecting and reject toxins. To prove you caught a venomous snake, the space refused. Only after you've cracked the fangs and removed the venom glands, the new snake is retracted. As you continue into the forest, you hear the rooster crowing. As fast as a bullet from a rubber gun shot out, take down a fat, wild chicken. I came home to my beloved wife. Do you eat snake meat? Were you bring to the market to sell con scare? I dare not eat. Million tremors of laughter. He began to cook a pot of chicken soup, mushroom and wild vegetable stew. Con tried a sip of soup. Almost rubbed the country. How delicious is this soup? But mushrooms and wild vegetables can't be picked indiscriminately. There's a poison that has to be deadly. Why, you know the difference between so many things. This is called the power of knowledge, my wife. Million townspeople winked, teasing. This is called the power of knowledge, my wife. Con looked at him with a lovely moon glare. Positive change of husband, it makes you feel so happy. The next morning, millions of towns brought back into the depths of the mountain. You watch carefully. I found it on the shore of a small lake. There were 6 wild boars happily rolling mud. You hide behind the grass, wait patiently for the pigs to pass, and then shoot. A big pig collapsed. 2 young wild boars huddled in panic into the bushes. I was also caught by you. Carrying the wild boar down the mountain. 1 million towns quack huddled with villagers to help, carry to the slaughterhouse of the butcher in the village ironing board. Save amazing butcher. Can you hunt this wild boar? That's good. Can you sell it for 6 cents a pound? A little lower than the market price, but I don't have meat slips. 1 million tons of pleasure, no problem. But greedy villager. The head elder Chen in flattery to buy meat debt. I suddenly hit the cold country, shake hands. I exchanged this meat for my new hunting life. Cheap sales, 6 cents a pound without coupon. If you have money, buy it. If I have no money, I will not sell it. Bring home the 2 piglets and the best cut meat. I'm excited to call. Go see what you brought back. Do you want to raise pigs? You can also raise pigs at home. At that time, he brought meat to his house, and he too. Sister-in-law to Cinnamon Hoa, when you see meat, your eyes are open. But he was stopped by his feet. You just give the meat to your brother and turn your back straight. A few days later, the mountain is up again. This time I accidentally slipped, land down a steep slope. I thought I was dead, but I tried to get up. I found what made me stumble. It's not a rock. It's a needle. It's about 3 inches of gold buried in the ground. I'm excited to go into space. Can't find my way up. He ran into a giant white tiger. Millions of towns pulled out hunting guns in cold sweat. Dear, can we talk about this? I have a wife and children. My meat is sour. But the white tiger came like lightning. He threw the gun and bit his wrist. The nation has fainted. When you wake up, I was shocked to find myself in a tiger hole. The tiger doesn't eat you, but to a pounding tiger. The bleeding doesn't stop because of the injury. I understand the Chinese rush to break the code. Saw pre-draft landed on the wound to stop the bleeding for the tiger cub. The national flag hurriedly broke the code. Saw pre-draft landed on the wound to stop the bleeding for the tiger cub. I thank you for putting a dead bird in front of me. And then carried him flying back to the edge of the forest. We returned to the village. He lied to the village doctor about being bitten by a wild animal. Absolutely hiding now for some. You know this dangerous thing. Money to sell jade and herbs, million times buy horizontal tiles in front of the art, prepare to build a new house. The whole village was talking. Sister-in-law to Sage Cinnamon Ho, a jealous cage run to poke. Sage Cinnamon Ho, old man's wife, you guys building a house this big must have borrowed heavily. Don't wave your hands, too boring. What do you do when you give birth to all your daughters? The steel that's my gut knob was born. Why is it called cheap face loss? Sister-in-law to two pipe. Take care of yourself when you have two free pipes, otherwise two cow back cannot see the water rise again slap for two floss. Now she's told about being hit by her husband. Cinnamon Hoa left angry at night. Night million. Then I took the gold needle and showed it to my wife. He was afraid to hide it, lest they be confiscated and sent to labor reform. Two couples hide gold under the foot of the bed. The next morning in town, I don't even hesitate to buy it. Sanitary pads for wife. It makes you blush with shame, but sweet in the heart. Something is happening in the village right now. The best friend of the sign is a young female intellectual, arrested in Tang, doing bad things in the cornfield with a man. He has a wife named Chen. His name is Four, but different from them. The sign of panic ran home begging. Felt Con. My sister-in-law, please. I told you to come out and save my friend. The four villagers feared that he was a scoundrel. If he shows up, they'll let my friend out. If you get paraded, my friend can get married later. Con angry scold conscience. You've been eaten by a dog. Your friend did something shameful. Why did you drag my husband into that mud? More, when she opened her mouth, Ra called my husband a scoundrel. But the face is thick. Pack your things tonight. My house cannot contain a Buddha as big as you. Reason almonds warmth and hatred. Reason almonds warmth and hatred lead to jealous. Why I saw their house dressed in white. I secretly wrote a letter denouncing the nation of illicit property and tucked in his certificate into your room to slander you for keeping her unauthorized. The next day, millions bring dried roses to the town to sell with their wives. This trip I accidentally caught the attention of pickpockets. On a crowded bus, two thieves, the long-faced guy and the skinny guy, but was summoned to fight for his life without death. Tied up, you forced them to open the gang 3 fingers. Then write a letter and throw it at the police station. Early morning the next day, village leaders and district officials rushed to their homes. Millions. District official, someone accused you of doing illegal business. I'm asking you to follow us back to the coroner's office. Con at home listening to the Lu Cinnamon Hoa gloating to report that her husband was arrested. She immediately understood who did it. Excruciating anger. Con ran straight to the village cultural house. Phantom Omen 2 firefly explosion. He beat her in front of the villagers. But the unexpected omen. Million Tran Kwok when he was taken to the district. Meet the right king, a senior official that you helped pay for the watch last time. Many relationships and proof of clean income. Million Tran Kwok not only released but also the children's cars of district officials. Take yourself to the village gate. When you see that scene, the signs and the signs of fear come to your feet. Immediately expelled by the village chief. A tattered picture hut at the top of the village. A few days later, Lu Cinnamon Hoa's affair was exposed. It turns out she flirting with men outside. The lover boasted. Know the black mole on her ass? He 2 million Trump carrying sticks, beat her 10 most deadly. She wept on her knees. But in vain. At the same time, millions of people are hunting in the mountains. I ran into a giant brown bear. He threw the pierced fish to distract the bear, then shoot and run away. Running away I hear the tiger roar. I turned around and saw the white tiger. The tiger's mother risked her life last time fighting a brown bear. To protect you. He dragged the brown bear's body into space. But the mother tiger was too badly injured to survive. The orphan tiger keeps biting the pant bear. You can't fire him anyway. And I finally brought it home. Con saw. God, this gray cat is so cute. Where did you bring it? But my wife's words are exhausted. This is not a tiger. But Song Con too like, insisting on keeping it as an indoor pet. The omen to move out of the hut. And because of that, she started hanging around with the bad young people in the area to get the money. One of them is Zhang Duck, who have long yearned for the beauty of Song Con. To suppress the national shock, Zhang Duck stealthily ordered the dead at your door. Thanks to finding streaks of flour on the soles of her shoes, the world knows the culprit is AI. At midnight, the town of Kwok caught a poisonous 6-tailed red snake. He was thrown into Zhang Duck's bed. At the same time he's rolling with the omen. The next morning the whole village panicked. Yuan Duck too was bitten by a poisonous snake. A sign of panic fled the village. Dare not to go back. Harvest season to wild boar from the mountain came down to destroy the crops. The whole village kept watch at night, but it didn't work. The king of the universe must humble himself thanks to the national flag. With the skill of shooting a good shot. In just one night, the Chinese army defeated the wild pigs. Protect the color. You didn't take all the booty, but generous, bringing the entire amount of wild pig meat sales over 300 yuan. Donate to the village chief to repair the village road. This act made all the villagers worship. All previous hatred and hatred for you has disappeared. You became the most vocal person in the village. The next day, the National Guard, Con went to collect chestnuts and stab fish. Stream. The feelings of the two spouses are getting stronger. Playing in the forest. They had to leave because the harvest was full. Early morning the next day, the couple was awakened by the noise in front of the gate. Open the door. A strange old woman knelt down and wept bitterly, followed by the village chief and the king's militia, village chief's cousin. The old woman was crying, "Lord, please save us. I'm from the village of Ron next door. The wolves came down from the mountain yesterday. My oldest son and my youngest son are dead. The whole family is left with a small child. The villagers can't control those animals. I heard your name is a great hunter. I pray for you." Wang Daihai knelt down according to Tran Kwok. "The dead are my cousins. All three of them have been waiting for you to help them." He looked into the desperate eyes of the old woman and the people. "The nation cannot refuse. I told my wife. This wolf hunting trip is very dangerous. I don't know how many days. Take your daughter home for a few days. Just be safe." Con straw with tears hugging you, "Listen to me. But I promise you. Please pay attention to safety and return safely. Take your wife home." Million Tremors National Fetish Hunting Book. The tiger is now a little older. With the Great Sea King straight into the mountains and villages. The vast mountain. But the wolves are extremely phantom. During the day they hide without a trace. Daytime analysis can't find it. One of the characteristics of wolves is that they will rise to call the flock at night to hunt. We'll camp again on the mountains to hear their direction. King Ocean afraid to swallow saliva on a deserted mountain like this. What if we're surrounded by wolves? But did Chinguo laugh and pat him on the shoulder? "With you here, what are you afraid of? Choose a place to hide from the wind. You two find a good spot on the cliff." Just started a fire and ran up to warm up. I heard it from the night before. Transmitted a strange noise. The sound of rustling footsteps on its dry leaves, followed by an hour. The long hair echoed through the mountains and forests. The battle between the workers, hunting to find life again, and the bloodthirsty wolves, officially started.